What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Droid Live Show. We're not doing the Harlem Shake tonight. I'm Kellen, your host. We got the rest of the team here. Tim, Ron, Eric. Everybody say hi.
How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So let's talk about Samsung and the Galaxy S4 event that's coming up next week. It's happening in New York City. We'll start the show off with this anyway. It's happening in New York City next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Radio City Music Hall. Wait, am I supposed to tell everyone that it's at Radio City Music Hall?
No, you were not.
You did last time, so...
Yeah. Anyway, that's where it's happening. If you want to watch it, though, just stream it live or go to Times Square and watch it on one of the big video boards or something like that. So
just stand there like an idiot for an hour or two.
How dare you? First of all, how dare you? Okay, move on.
So fully expecting to be Galaxy S4. We know that every teaser, everything that's come out has had a giant 4 on it. Which, by the way, does that mean they're getting rid of Roman numerals?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was pretty interesting because everything had just the numerical 4, but then when like that one little leak came out, it was a 1V and I was or IV, and I was like, not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Well, okay, so let's talk about that leak for a second.
Let's do that.
So was that Monday evening? I think that was Monday evening.
Yes, it was Monday.
Monday evening.
This leak comes out on Twitter through that EvLeaks account, who's usually spot on, right? And it's these pictures with a list like specs and a device that says Galaxy S4 with Roman numerals, and next to a Galaxy S3 and 2 and the original, and it was fake, right? It was completely fake, and he had pulled the images from Expansys' website, and Expansys came out the next day, and they were like, "This dude totally stole our images and is like spreading them, and is spreading them around." And they're like, "These are not real. This is just a mock-up we did for a placeholder for our Galaxy S4 page." Like they were totally upfront about it. They weren't trying to deceive anyone. So yeah, those were fake. It definitely was not the device. We do not know what it looks like or anything like that.
I think the real issue is that everyone has come to trust EvLeaks. I mean, everything that guy puts out has always been like, "Yep, there it is." Like he did the one. And plenty of devices before that, devices we don't even care about. He's done Blackberries and all this stuff. Like, it's kind of a shock, and it kind of puts everything in perspective. Like, yep, until it is announced, nothing is official.
Nothing's confirmed.
Don't hype beast everything. I don't know. You gotta take every day as it comes, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of deep. But
did he say anything about it? Like,
of course not. I don't think so. He hasn't mentioned anything.
Maybe he was just trolling. I mean, when you get that, I mean.
I really doubt it. I think he was just kind of like trying to jump the gun.
Yeah.
But at the same, because he always, of course, who doesn't want to be first to show something off like that, especially like an S4? Like that'd be crazy.
Right. And the guy, he watermarked it and stuff. Like he definitely.
It's a little dirty.
He's worked in the industry for a long, long time. I don't know if you guys actually know who he is, but he's worked for a number of sites. He's leaked images like these for years now, so he's definitely trustworthy. He just, I would say he definitely jumped the gun this time, but
I mean, it makes sense. He got him from Expansys.
Yeah, he got him from Expansys.
I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense of how he usually finds his leaks. That he was kind of poking around and pointing across these.
He's always in the back end of sites, so he's a weasel.
Was checking the wrong site this time.
Yeah, and not in like a bad weasel kind of way, but like he's sneaky. Right. He's a ninja. He's
not a bad back end weasel. It's just
he's a good back end weasel for the people.
He just knows where people keep things.
He's the people's weasel.
He definitely knows where people keep things. So anyway, that rumor definitely not real. None of that's confirmed. None of the specs from that were confirmed. Whatever. So in other news, we do have some specs from an Antutu benchmark that show the Octa processor clocked at 1.8 gigahertz, 2 gig of RAM, 16 and 32 gigabytes of storage, 13 megapixel camera in the back, 2.1 megapixel on the front, 5-inch 1080p display, sort of everything we've expected to see in it. Other than that, was there anything else new that's come out in the last few days? It seems like all we've been talking about is the Galaxy S4. Everything's sort of running together.
Well, and the leaked screenshots of the menu.
Yeah, Touchwiz is not changing whatsoever. We found that out. That's great. That's awesome. Thanks, Samsung, for being
the First menu is going to be gray now instead of black.
Oh, I know. That's kind of like a disappointment. I wish they would like allow people to kind of switch what color they want if they want it like reversed. But
that'd be kind of nice to customize all the colors of your device a little bit more.
Yeah.
So with Touchwiz, we got two new features. One was an eye scrolling, and one was a pause video sort of thing. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Samsung's Touchwiz does this sort of eye, follows your eye kind of creepy thing. And one thing is, if you're watching a video, at least in this new version of Touchwiz coming out, if you're watching a video and you move your eyes away from it, it'll pause the video that you're watching. And then the other one is actual scrolling. So if you're on a web page or in an email or something like that that has scrolling, it'll automatically sort of scroll as you read down the page. So kind of cool in some instances, but I'm still I'm always kind of worried about this eye watching thing, whether that's good on the batteries. I mean, I always turned it off on all the Galaxy devices I've used. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the eye stuff?
I think the eye scrolling is one that I might actually try out just for a little bit. I don't know. I never really cared to try the one where if I looked away or it would dim the screen or anything like that. That doesn't really interest me. But if I'm like watching a video and take my eye away and pause it, that's kind of neat. But then again, it's just sort of like, how long do I have to be looking away from it? Blah blah blah. Those little settings for it. It's just kind of a pain. If anything, I'll probably just disable it, like everything else that they put on. So whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably disable it as well after playing with it for 2 minutes to see if it works or not.
Yep.
See, and I don't know, like tracking eye movements is, your eye moves a lot and you don't know it. So I have the feeling that it's not gonna be, up to snuff to actually, when you think of that feature, you think of how you want it to work, but I highly doubt that it's going to live up to that expectation out of the box.
Well, not only that, but will it only work on kind of like their proprietary apps? Sort of like, can you use it through like any browser? If I'm on Chrome, can I use it with Chrome, or any app that's scrolling? Can I use it on that? I mean, that kind of comes down to it, I think.
Well, I think one of the screenshots shows a couple of boxes. Like one, I think, had Chrome, and then like one was the stock email client. I'm sure it's going to be sort of limited, just like the that multi-window. Yeah, when multi-window was kind of limited at first. I'm sure it'll be sort of like that, but hold on, I have the screenshot handy, I think. Maybe not. Oh yeah, so in one of the screenshots on that post we had earlier, it says internet checked and like Chrome and body of email messages, body of Gmail messages, and it says range of applications. So I'm assuming there's going to be a few, but it definitely looks limited to whatever they've decided you should use it for. Definitely doesn't look like any application. Although I'm sure somebody will hack a way or figure out a way to maybe do that, hopefully. Yeah. I don't know. The other thing I wanted to bring up was the did you guys watch the teaser with Jeremy?
God, I love that. Why was everyone hating on that poor kid? I thought it was awesome.
It was a weird commercial, right? So it starts out as this kid, and he looks like he's this like super rich, snobby little kid driving around his Rolls Royce. And then he turns into like super giddy, and he's like back at some normal house, and some little girl's taunting him. It was all over the place. Such a weird commercial.
I thought it was pretty cool. I like Jeremy.
Where's the second one? Like, I feel like we should be getting one of these like every day. It seems like we have a long ways to go.
It'll probably be up before the end of the week.
Dude, he'll be there at the Unpacked event. He'll come up with the box, and he'll give it to the CEO or whatever, and they'll pull it out. I promise.
You're probably right. We're probably going to see Jeremy at the press event.
We're going to get Samsung'd. And, yeah, that's it.
Yikes. What else has got you guys interested, or, I don't know, Galaxy S4?
I don't know, wasn't there a quote from one of the Samsung guys where they talked about how they really liked the plastic that they made their phone out of that I read?
Oh, yeah.
Snooze fest.
See, that doesn't excite me whatsoever, because there's a lot of people out there that don't like the plastic that they make their phones out of. And I'm like, if you're saying, oh, well, we're just going to keep this, that's a bunch of people that aren't going to get it right off the bat.
Sorry, go ahead, Kellen.
Oh, no, I was just saying it's definitely going to be plastic. I
never thought that was even really a big deal. The only phone that I ever really cared that it wasn't made out of plastic, metal, or whatever was the HTC One X. And when they kind of brought that new material, I was like, oh yeah, this is sweet. But I expect Samsung devices to be plastic. I expect Apple's to be metal and glass. I mean, you just kind of like come to expect something from a manufacturer. Motorola, sturdy and like heavy. And yeah, this
Yeah,
does not
that's true.
surprise me.
Hmm.
They're all just set in their ways.
They are. Ron, give me some thoughts on the Galaxy S4.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very excited about it. So it's just it
Yeah.
seems like a
I could
slightly improved Galaxy S3, and I didn't really care for the Galaxy S3. So,
No, you didn't. I recall you writing an article saying how it was a failure. Actually, someone linked to it in the comments today and said, look at what Ron posted a year ago. The S3 was a failure? Check this out. Samsung's #1 OEM in the world, blah, blah, blah. I lol.
yeah, I never said they failed at that. At that
Nope.
point, they were still number one. I just said
Nope.
I think they make a crappy product. So, I mean,
Wow.
lots of crappy products sell well. That's not surprising.
Yeah, I think it was more. It was you thought it was a disappointment, not that it was going to fail.
Of course.
No, yeah, I had no idea how I was going to do it. So,
Oh, you know.
All
In
right.
the back of your mind.
So predict now. Is this one going to be a disappointment?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, from everything I've seen and from everything that's rumored, it looks like it's just a slightly better Galaxy S3. So I don't see there any reason for there to be any you know, they're not changing. It doesn't look like they're changing up Touchwiz, which they didn't really change up in the Galaxy S3 either. Everybody kept on saying it was revamped, and I didn't see a lot of differences. It's very slight and nuanced there. You know, like you just said with the hardware side of it, they're set in their ways just like everybody else. So.
Could you really say there was a huge difference, though, between the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy S3? I mean, look-wise, you know, there was a little different, but all in all, it's kind of like the same phone. It's just kind of gradual, in my opinion.
There's subtle differences, and I wasn't a big fan of the Galaxy S2 either.
What are you a fan of, just so everyone knows?
Well, if you read my post that was apparently a year ago, I said I liked the design of the One X. So that's the kind of thing that I like stuff like that. I like what Nokia's been doing. Somebody keeps saying I was wrong. There wasn't anything to really be wrong about. I didn't like the design of it.
Opinion.
So,
yeah, you can't be wrong on an opinion, so don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's gonna sell well, and and that's fine, and it's fine that people like the devices, everything else like that. So you're allowed to have your own preferences. I don't necessarily want everybody to agree with me. So.
No, never.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Ron. Like, if you weren't, if you're not a huge fan of the Galaxy S2 or the Galaxy S3, you're probably not going to be a huge fan of the Galaxy S4. I mean, I think that's how Samsung is setting it up now. You know, they've got their brand, they've got their look that they want to stick with, and they're not going to deviate too far from that, because then everybody won't know that it's a Samsung. But that's not going to draw new people in.
See,
No.
I don't think that's what Samsung wants as many people buying their phones as they want. I think they're going to try and attract people who don't want that phone. So I think, you got to come up with a happy medium. Okay, how do we get people who bought the S3 to buy this new device? And also, how do we still keep changing people from HTC and Apple and Motorola to buy our phone? I don't think they're going to just stop and say, okay, people who already like Samsung are just going to continually buy Samsung. I think they want to keep expanding their market share. So how they do that, I don't know.
Well, what could they do to get either of you guys excited?
Drop Touchwiz.
Well, yeah. I mean, is there something in particular that you really despise about it? Is it the plastic feel or Touchwiz or what? What could they do to make it exciting? I don't know. Curious.
Ron.
A lot. I don't like having that big home button in the middle. I don't think that's great. I don't like having capacitive buttons on the sides. I don't think those are super helpful. I did not like the feel of the Galaxy S3 in my hand. It felt, it's okay, but I just didn't. I preferred the chassis of the One X, like I said, and really, I really liked the chassis of the One S. So just slightly smaller design that fits in your hand a little bit better. I have a tablet for doing bigger things like that. So I would change that. I didn't like the coloring in terms of the kind of just with the blue and the, what was the other? Was it white?
White.
Yeah.
Marble white or something.
Yeah. Didn't like how that looked. I prefer just solid colors. Just pick one. Software wise, I don't like Touchwiz. I don't like the coloring scheme of it. I don't like the stupid whistle notification. So those are all things that they could change. I mean, the big thing, I know they're not going to change anything with Touchwiz, and that's I can get by with throwing on my own launcher or throwing on my own ROM. But the hardware, I do prefer something. The plastics, I don't like how they feel, so I prefer something closer to the One X or something like what Nokia's been doing with the Lumias. I think that feels nicer in the hand. And if they continue to have the removable back, I would just like them to do something that maybe slides off or something I don't feel like I have to peel off or tear off. I don't like that. So those are the big, you know, cosmetic things that I would have them change. You know, in terms of software and stuff like that, it's just that's their style, that's the design that they go for, and apparently people live with it, and that's fine.
Holy crap, that's a really long list.
That's a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You just went on for 5 minutes and listed off everything that makes that phone.
But you know, I definitely didn't think about it at all. So you know, whenever I put up an article like that, I'm just making it up as I go. I don't think through these things.
Oh yeah, it sounded like it, because as soon as you said I don't like a home button, coming from Mr. iOS, that's just kind of interesting to hear you say that.
Well, there's a difference between the Samsung button and the Apple button.
There's a big difference in feel. But number two, like Android is designed, you know, especially 4Up is designed for those software buttons, and I think, you know, when I use a phone that has software buttons versus the capacitive and stuff like that, I like that more. That doesn't say, you know, there was I forget which phone it was. It didn't come out in the States. I don't think HTC had one that had like kind of aluminum kind of feel to the buttons. I liked those. That you kind of pushed in. So, you know, stuff like that. It's not like I hate them or something like that, but it's a weird combination of, hey, we've got this capacitive and this home button, and none of them feel great. So, yeah.
I don't know. For me, I liked the S2. It was very, you know, straight up and down. You know, the curve around the top didn't, you know, it wasn't messing around. It was just very, you know, straight and to the point. And then the S3, I look at it because my roommate has one. I see one all the time. I don't know what it is, but the design just irks me for some reason. It's just you know, the design by nature kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fan, and I'm a hater. I'll admit it. I don't know. I just like my Galaxy Nexus. You know, when the screen's off, it's just a straight black candy bar. You can't, you know, distinguish anything on the front. And then the S3, there's just too much stuff going on. You get hints of the bezel sometimes coming around the edge. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just me.
For shizzle.
Yeah, that's because Google has better design taste than Samsung does.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the Galaxy S3. I would agree that the design's not actually that cool looking. I hate this like sort of curved silver thing on the side.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
the home button looks terrible. I mean, the design itself, like I don't necessarily like the look of this. I think I remember I even sort of trashed on the look a little bit when it first came out. But the phone itself is, I don't know, it's just a really good phone overall, I think. But yeah,
and I mean, it wouldn't have sold that well if it wasn't a good phone.
If you wanted something designed by nature, you want something like this.
That's your weekly Palm.
Is that another Palm?
Palm cameo.
What? No. Yes. Yeah.
How many of those could you possibly own?
I don't know. I think I have a touchstone around here too. I should find it.
Oh, somebody's vibrating.
It wasn't me that time.
So Samsung, everything's going down next Thursday. They're streaming it live. We'll have a live blog. Dave and I will be there to hopefully get our hands all over the phone. Hopefully it's awesome. It doesn't sound like there's going to be Pebble Blue again this year, so you guys are okay there. It's either black or white, apparently. I mean, I'm sure they'll have some fancy name for it. It should be fun. It's always a big show when Samsung takes the stage to announce anything. So
yeah, I think it's telling that Samsung makes their events at night when everyone else usually does it in the morning. They kind of want to make it like a black tie event where you know, go out to dinner and then you go to the Samsung event to see which phones are coming out.
Well, hopefully they have booze at the damn thing. HTC kind of pissed me off at the one event with no booze, even though it was 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be a good time. Let's talk quickly about a story that came out last week, just after we did our show, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it last week on air. But Google CFO, is it Patrick Pichette? I don't know how to say his last name. He said that Motorola's products that are in the pipeline coming out soon are not wow by Google standards. So everyone freaked out, right? Because we assume the next phone that's coming out is the X phone. And if it's not wow, everyone's going to be really disappointed again. Because Motorola's last few phones, actually for the last... Wait, have they had a really good phone since the original Droid? They've had some decent phones, right? But nothing that just totally blew anyone's mind.
Well, nothing that, like, wows anybody.
Like this?
No, that doesn't wow me.
Is that a Droid X?
No, it's a Razr.
That was a Razr, the OG Razr, which actually kind of hurts to handle.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
one?
huge.
Damn.
Yeah, purple.
Yeah, it hurts.
Wait, is that really the purple one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see.
Where did you find that?
A friend gave it up. So.
Oh man!
Wow.
Jelly.
I've never seen one of those.
Don't
Yeah,
be
I
jelly.
haven't either. That's something actually.
I am so ready to get off this Galaxy Nexus. You guys don't even.
Oh yeah? You want to check this thing out? Android 4.04.
To just peace
You want to
out.
go from a Galaxy Nexus to an OG Razr? It's
Something.
not really.
Please do that.
Don't do it. The OG Razr's battery life is not good. It's
No.
sort of in the same. It's like in the same boat as the Galaxy Nexus. It was in that time. It was in that time where they couldn't optimize anything yet, and battery life still sucked. It was right before all the new Qualcomm processors came out.
Yeah, that's true.
It was
And
all
it's
that
like
little
a
map.
pain in the butt to get a ROM on this thing.
Oh yeah.
Like
any
any
Motorola phone.
like any Moto phone at this
Well,
point.
it didn't used to be like that. Yeah, it used to be way easier.
Yeah, it's all you have to safe strap and all kinds of crap now. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So X Phone. We don't really know what's coming. We've sort of expected that. Well, this Google CFO said back in January, we wrote a story, the same thing. He said, they have product pipeline for 18 months. It's just now he said none of them are really that awesome, which is kind of crazy for a CFO to say about one of their other companies that they own. Yeah, I mean, you're basically killing anything they come out with next. You're basically saying, like, don't even pay attention to it until we come out with our own stuff. I thought that was surprising that a CFO would actually do that.
It might be a little surprising, but then again, it is Google, and anything, I mean, that should come from Google should have a certain wow factor. And as we know, Motorola has nothing in terms of wow factor, thanks to Sanjay. So,
my boy.
Yeah, it's my boy. Shout out to Sanjay. What's up, my homie? I know he's chilling, just in the Philippines,
He's watching.
wherever he wants to
watching
be.
right now.
Yeah, he's in his big mansion and stuff. He don't care. But either way. No, I know that nothing in Motorola's pipeline will wow me until it probably is, it has Google's touch in it, and so, whatever.
That sounds
But
like a
even still, I feel like whoever said that got a call or an email from the PR department. They're like, really? Come on, man. You just don't say that. Like,
yeah, but he's the CFO, and he doesn't really care what the PR people have to say.
When
I know.
when Motorola's numbers dip worse than they are now, which I don't even know if that's possible, but
it
might
is.
have something.
HTC proved that today that it is possible.
It is possible
to
to keep going down. Yes.
And I heard a lot of people say that it's refreshing to have honesty from a CFO, and I'm sorry, you cannot be that honest if you're a CFO. You have to say, he should just say we still have product left over. He should have said it doesn't wow us. That's just the wrong thing to say. And it pisses me off because I want a new, really good Motorola phone.
Yeah, like, why don't you spend time making it wow us? Like, what are you doing? You're just gonna throw it out there, and because now he said it's not gonna wow us, and then they're gonna put it out, and maybe
it will wow you. Maybe it will wow you. How do you know?
Oh, it was a reverse psychology.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're
Now we're going to be really
expectations.
focused. Exactly, we're going to be super focused as to what doesn't wow us now, and we're going to be blown away. I don't know. It's an interesting
Mind games.
thing to say, but at the same time, I kind of go back to like the timeline that he gave. I don't know when exactly did we put up that they still had months to go through of like designs.
It was
a
like
while.
September or August. I want to say.
Well, in January he said the same thing. It was like one of the last quarterly earnings calls or something from Q3, maybe, I don't know. But it was January is when he initially said that we still have pipeline to go to, and then just a week ago he said it sucks.
And I think the purchase was approved in May, I want to say. So that's the thing is like he says, we've got 18 months left, but 18 months starting when?
Exactly. We don't know.
I would think sort of starting close to the beginning. No, wait. Yeah, I mean, was that
as of the purchase? Was that
right.
When is that? So I think they keep throwing out that 18 months number, but it doesn't mean anything if we don't have a starting point of when that 18 months began. Yeah. So I think he's just buying time.
He probably is. But Eric, I sort of agree with you too, though, that if this phone, whatever's coming out next, they've at least had a year to work on this thing. How could they have not improved whatever was in the pipeline? I don't understand that at all. I understand the Razr HD and the little mini one, the Razr M. I understand like those were sort of towards the beginning of the Google reign, but if you've got a product coming out now, I mean, they've been around, they've had control of the company for long enough. How could they have not made some sort of change?
Yeah, and at this point, it's too late to just sit back and be hands off if you're Google and say, well, we had pipeline to work through. No, you've owned the company for almost a year now. You should have been doing something about this. So for them to come out and say that, oh, well, this is going to be garbage for a little while. You know, don't pay attention to us until we do it. That's dumb. That's stupid.
It is stupid. It's unfortunate too. Yeah. So,
I mean, if I bought Motorola and I would like shut it down. I'd be like, all right, if this is crap, then we're gonna start working like right now. You know, I wouldn't be letting their sales numbers dip and sink for another 6 months just because they had more crap in the pipeline. No, take it out and do something with it. You know.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, they've undoubtedly got contracts with everybody. So I mean, they could probably back out of them, but the penalties are probably pretty big, and they're not making enough money to justify that. So
that's true.
Right, and their CFO did say, at least back in January, that expect there to be some up and down quarters for a while because we're still working through it all. We're still creating our own products finally and all that stuff. So he has sort of set it up to be a failure, if you will. I just hope that they still surprise us a little bit. I would hope there'll be something in whatever they come out with next that's good. But who knows? Maybe we won't see anything until the end of 2013. Maybe the winter Android event, we'll see something
That'd
big.
be bad. Motorola, you can't get like lower in the mind share than Motorola is right now. Like even though the Razr HD or Max and all that kind of stuff just came out a couple months ago, like you don't even think about Motorola day to day anymore. Samsung is just all over the place. Something needs to happen soon for them to stay relevant.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Samsung all the time. HTC's still on our radar, even though they're apparently not selling anything. LG's around. They're at least trying. They did the Nexus, and they've got these Optimus phones that are actually decent now. I mean,
Sony's making more noise than Motorola at this point. I don't even know when the last, was it the TL? I think was the last one that you can buy now. I don't even know, and that's like I know that Sony's doing more things than Motorola right now.
Yeah, I mean we haven't had a new Motorola device since the Razr Max HD, have we?
No. Which isn't a bad phone.
No, not a bad phone at all. But that was all the way in September or October?
Yeah, October.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 months. That's a long time in cell phone terms.
Yeah,
you gotta have something new every quarter. Yeah, so we'll see if we get anything. I hope we get something interesting. It'd be nice to have another player because. Yeah, I keep mentioning HTC, and if I'm referring to their earnings call, or not earnings call, but their earnings report this morning, where they dropped I don't even know what it was. What was their revenue, like 380,000? Like it was something terrible.
Yeah, it was really, really bad.
It was not good.
It's concerning. It's to the point where it's concerning now.
Yeah.
Not even enough to pay their CEO's salary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, they made absolutely $0. And the HTC one's still not out. They still haven't announced a date, and here we are, March 6th, and we still don't have an official date. And that's sort of surprising, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aren't they betting everything on this phone, and it's not even out yet? We had a press event, 2-3 weeks ago already now. Where's the phone? It's not HTC. Let's talk quickly about Verizon and the employee discount situation that's going on. So if you guys have been following us for the last, just this week, there's been a couple of stories about Verizon and employee discounts that you have through your employer, so corporate discounts, and they're going to revalidate those to make sure that everyone that's getting a discount should still be getting one. So if you're not currently employed with somebody that has a Verizon discount, yet you are still getting a discount from a previous employer or something, that's probably going away. They're going to revalidate that stuff starting April 1st. You can do it through a website. You can call in, or they'll mail you a form so you can do it too. Yeah, so make sure you do that so you don't lose your discount.
Roger 10-4.
I'll be losing my discount, which I'm really pissed about.
Sucker.
Yeah. I mean, I've taken advantage of this thing for like 3 years now, so it's probably time it goes away.
Oh, only 3?
Only 3. What are you trying to say, Ron?
Someone I possibly know very well may have had one for like 6-ish years.
Yeah, I've had guys at Verizon stores tell me like once you have those on your account, they just never go away because they've never done one of these like revalidation programs.
No, they never verified that I worked for my former employer either. I never showed any identification or anything. So
it's gonna be a sad day.
All you Android users, so cheap.
So just cheap Android.
Pay your bill, people. Jeez.
Hey, they gave me the discount. It's not my fault they didn't try to take it away. That's not my problem.
I can't talk. I'm on an employee discount too, so don't worry about it.
There was a thing at GameStop where when I used to work there, kind of like this, where Microsoft would give you discounts on games and stuff for like taking quizzes. So, like, you would have to pass a quiz to know things about the Xbox and like stuff you're selling. But you would get discounts and prizes and stuff, and they always it was like every 3 months you had to prove that you worked for a retailer or something to keep up. Like they were cracking, like you couldn't beat it. It was tough.
That's pretty interesting. Microsoft does that type of thing for if you work in like a retailer that's who sells their crap. Oh yeah, I'm a part of that. That's how I get my Xbox games so cheap.
Yeah.
Nice.
They do it for Windows Phone 8 too.
Really? Yeah, I haven't checked into that yet.
Yeah. You could probably pass it and just not even
research.
Even try. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's happening. April 1st, pay attention to your inbox, your mailbox, whatever. They're going to let you know that you need to revalidate. The other thing coming out of Verizon news, well, there's a couple more Verizon news things, but VoLTE phones, potentially before the end of the year. Their CFO, Fran Shamo, another one of our boys, he said that they're going to hopefully look to drop the price of subsidies or subsidized phones by eliminating CDMA radios and just putting in LTE chips. That should help cut down the cost. And he said before the end of the year, they hope to have some of the first VoLTE phones out there. So, to me, the first thing I thought of was, yes, get that damn CDMA radio out. That means unlocked LTE phones, or at least LTE-only phones. And as far as I know, Verizon has to keep their network open, their LTE network open to basically any phone that can run on it, just like GSM networks. They can't lock it down in like they had done with CDMA. So that could mean, like Eric, I think we talked about last week, a Nexus phone with an LTE chip, or just more phone options in general, I would say. I'm excited. That's big news, I think.
Yeah, that is. I can't wait until we get to that point. That's going to mean better battery life, better, we're not going to have that stupid cell handoff, where your phone sits there and thinks about something for 5 minutes while it switches to 3G to 4G. It's going to be so nice.
Yeah, if you don't have 4G, you're just scred. And you just hang out there with all that battery life. It's going to be great.
We're not even going to worry about you at that point.
Yeah, so how does that work when, like, say you do go into a no coverage zone? Can you even make like an emergency call, or is
nope,
that are
not
you
allowed
screwed there too?
Yep. Yeah, that's what makes me a little nervous about it, because most of the places I go, I live in Southern California. Pretty much everywhere there's 4G, but there are still spots that definitely don't, or are super low. So you could, so it's they're certainly they're far and away in the lead in terms of coverage for that kind of thing, but it's still not perfect. So.
Yeah, their plan is, or at least they keep saying, to match their 3G network. They moved it up right by the mid 2013. So in another couple of months, they fully expect to be covered.
I don't know. I find that hard to believe.
Doesn't that seem kind of wild? Yeah.
There's a lot of places. I do a lot of driving between college towns and home and stuff, and there's a lot of places that I get 3G where I'm like, 4G is not going to be here for another like 2.5 years. It's not even going to be close.
Right. I don't know how they plan to do it or how they're doing it so quickly, but they certainly are doing a pretty good job. I mean, every time we write up a story now about new LTE markets, it's like some weird county in the middle of nowhere you've never heard of. They've got all the big markets out of the way as far as I know. So, but yeah, LTE phones, that should be fun. I just hope it means we get more variety of phones rather than, because I really believe that CDMA has been mostly the problem for so long. Verizon has too much control of their CDMA network, and they won't over LTE. At least I don't think.
Yeah, but it's still going to be complicated because the FCC didn't crack down on the carriers, so they're going to have to, if they want to make a phone, it's still going to be specifically for Verizon, which is a bummer.
Yeah, well, I think once we get more LTE chips that are like multi-band LTE chips, and Qualcomm just announced one a couple of weeks ago that's supposed to be like a global LTE chip that works on all sorts of frequencies. Hopefully that means we'll see a phone or something with that chip in it. Although maybe Verizon won't let them do that. I have no idea. Wouldn't surprise me. It's Verizon. Yeah.
Hater.
I love Verizon, but I can hate on Verizon too. They do some weird things that
they do.
That definitely piss me off. They do some really good things. They do some bad things, like any company. So Other big news out of Verizon. Android 4.2.2, Galaxy Nexus. It's not official, but the file's leaked, and you can flash that sucker on there, get full Jelly Bean 4.2.2, the newest build, JDQ39, I believe it is. There. It's awesome. It works great. Actually, it's still kind of laggy because the phone's processor just is terrible.
Yep.
Eric, did you flash that? Did you
No, I did not. I'm still running Jelly Belly, but I need to see if he's released an update at some point, because I don't even think I'm on... I'm not even... hold on. I'm still on 4.2.1, so I need to see if he's got an update, because mine's been running a little funky lately, so it'll probably be due for flashing here pretty soon.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's probably a stock 4.2.2 ROM of the update anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You could probably just flash that. Yeah, you might not even have to wipe or anything. So that's big news. We still don't know when the official update's going to be pushed. But
I don't count it until it's official. Then.
Yeah. The interesting thing is it's JDQ39, which is the newest version of Android that's available on every Nexus. So it's not like it's an older build or anything like that. Like, this is the build that every other Nexus is running. So I would assume that if this isn't what they updated to, I don't know. I guess they could bump up another version of Android to 4.2.3 or something. Or I guess they could do 4.2.2 and just call it JDR3040 or something. I don't know.
It's almost like this Nexus is a Nexus. It's weird.
Almost.
This could possibly be the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And this is all a dream. This is all a dream.
I'm not counting it until it comes out.
Where did this file come from?
That's none of your business.
So there's this guy over at XDA who goes by the name L Mad Hatter, and he has a
Sure.
Yeah. So he has a test device, and the last 3 or 4 updates for the phone, he's had them like a month or 2 before they're actually released by Verizon, and they're 100% legit. Like he pulls them from Google, or they're sent to his phone. He, with a Logcat app, he grabs the URL from Google and shares them. So it came from him. It took a few days, but yeah, that's where it came from.
L stands for the in Spanish, Ron. FYI, the Mad Hatter.
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot that. I forgot that because
I threw you off real quick.
Yeah,
I'd clear that up for you.
Yeah, I mean, I did get an A in AP Spanish, even though I'm clearly very white. But that's fine. Thanks for explaining that.
This is an educational program.
Tune in. Bring your kids.
Bring your kids to learn basic Spanish.
Yeah.
Like the word the.
The word the. That's all we know.
I gotta say, the most disappointing thing about learning Spanish was finding out that sex is sexo.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something better.
I second that motion.
I did not take Spanish in high school. I took French.
Yeah.
Which is, it's like the same damn thing, though. Like, most of the words are the same.
I took 1 semester of French in college, and now all my Spanish and French are totally mixed up.
Yep, it's ruined forever.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's really similar. I mean,
they're crazy. Aside from like the bonker spelling in French, where it's like, hey, if there's a vowel at the end, then you say the consonant. If not, then just screw it. That makes sense. Thanks, France.
Thanks, France, for that. I also took a semester of German, and that's terrible.
I think we can all agree that German is just the worst.
Yeah,
what? It might be hard to learn, but it's an awesome language.
It just sounds horrible.
It sounds horrible.
Oh no, it sounds awesome.
Sounds oppressive, is what it sounds like.
All right, moving on.
So the White House agrees that you should be able to unlock your smartphones. It should not be illegal. And what do we have? Congressmen and women today, Eric, come out or last night and said, "Yeah, we're going to start pushing through measures or bills or something."
Legislature.
I think the count was up to 7. So
that's good. So we have movements. That's good, right?
A pretty fast movement too. Like if people actually, I never knew that congressmen and women were so oppressed by the carriers and unlocking their phones. I didn't know this was.
I didn't even know. Yeah,
to act so quickly.
Knew what a cell phone carrier was or anything like that. It's pretty interesting, actually.
I mean, at this point, the White House has said they want to do it, and if apparently it's a race to see who can get the first bill presented to the floor. So, I mean, at this point, if they get enough people behind them, this could move to law pretty quickly. So.
Whoever presents it first could be our next president, basically.
Yeah.
The people have spoken, and they want unlocked bootloaders.
Samsung's lobbying over there, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Did we ever find out who sort of pushed the Librarian of Congress to change it? Was it carriers that were pushing them, or do we really not know?
I wouldn't be surprised.
The backstory.
I thought it was just the end of the.
It was Brenda Rainey.
I thought it was DMCA needed renewing, and I think that's what kicked it off.
Which I don't get why the DMCA has anything to do with that. Like I never saw an explanation of that. That has nothing to do with digital rights management. So why? Like I never saw anybody explain that. As soon as I saw that, I was like,
well, it was 10 years old, right?
Well, DMCA passed, and it's about 10 years old. So
and it needed renewing. I guarantee somebody just threw it in there. They were like, well, we need to say something about this. Let's just throw it in here and never think about it again.
Yeah, it's what is it? Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with copyright? Like I don't get it.
I don't know.
Government, fun. Yeah, so we'll hopefully see something there. I don't know if that means a month or a year or 6 months.
It'll be a couple months.
It'll be a while, but that's good anyway.
The quickest.
You might be able to unlock your phone and take it to another carrier.
It won't be highly illegal to go from Sprint to Verizon with a phone anymore. Like you won't have to.
Well, I don't know.
It'll just still be impossible.
Yeah.
No, because you're talking CDMA again there, and you just can't mess with CDMA. GSM though, you can unlock
different?
anything you want. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I've been
different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I'll have to maybe write something about this, but CDMA is like. If you have a CDMA network, like you own every right and every bit of that, and no one else can touch it except you, unless you give them rights. Like I've seen the original Evo that somebody had flashed to work on Verizon.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about
and
this.
He didn't even want to talk about it to me. Like he didn't want to bring it up. He didn't want to tell me any details of it because it's like incredibly illegal to do. So yeah, it's just completely different than GSM.
See, I thought that would have been directly pointed at that, but. Because GSM unlocking, I didn't think that was even that hard. I hear that happening all the time.
It's not hard. It's not hard at all, but carriers, I would assume, flexed a little muscle and said, we don't want you buying a phone on cheap and then taking it over to another carrier.
Without their permission.
Without their permission,
yeah. That
makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. At least we got something. At least we've heard back quickly. So.
It did happen pretty quickly. But now we're going to have people thinking that a petition will just get anything to work. Yeah, it's the most annoying emails we get. Please write up our petition to bring it to the light of the people. It's like, no.
I was surprised that the White House, the White House responded one. I know they have to respond when it reaches 100,000, but I mean.
Which I think they're raising the number of that now, right?
No, it was raised to 100,000. It was a lot lower, I thought.
Huh.
I thought it was like something where people could easily get it. I was surprised that they responded so quickly and that they basically just agreed that like they didn't have anything else to say. They were like, "Yeah, all right, let's do this."
Yeah, between that and the Death Star, it's been a pretty awesome year.
Yeah, it seems like they have just so much more to worry about, like a sequester and all this other stuff. And
wrong. This is it.
This is carrier stuff. Yep, makes sense.
Well, the FCC also came out right away and shot it down and said they hate it, which is good to see.
Yeah.
So, I think they were about to launch an investigation into it if it hadn't changed. I think that's what I heard.
The FCC is about to launch an investigation into just about everything.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
Yeah.
I hate the FCC.
People at the FCC, they're fantastic.
they're an interesting group, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the next big segment.
Yeah. Chromebook Pixel.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this bad boy.
Oh, wow. It's even out of the box. Oh, jeez.
Here we go.
I think I even have like a cracked screen or something.
Oh, jeez.
He hasn't opened it. Just the box has been opened.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, don't crack the screen, please.
Yeah, Tim thinks I haven't touched this thing, but I've actually been using it quite a bit over the last 4 or 5 days.
I'm just surprised you never talked to me about it at all. And
there's nothing to talk. Okay, so
I hate that you say that, but all right, keep going.
Here's my initial thoughts on it after using it for 5 days. They're the same as when I opened it out of the box. It's really cool. It looks cool. This screen's brilliant. It has a nice touchscreen. It's Chrome OS. I could never use it on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's basically what we said last week.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. Like the build quality is really nice. I haven't found the battery life to be that great, by the way. That kind of sucks. But But like I'm going to New York for Samsung's event next week, and I was like, oh, I'll take it with me. And I was like, I probably shouldn't do that because I got to deal with video and image editing while we're there and all this stuff. I can't take it with me. And so when I'm sitting at home, it doesn't make sense because I have a giant 27-inch screen that I want to use, not a tiny little laptop. So I've been using it as much as I can, but even daily use, I just can't find myself the time. Touchscreen's cool. I do like using that when I'm sitting like on my couch watching TV using it. You can swipe around on it. It's kind of fun. The speakers are crazy loud and clear. Like if you're watching a video or something on it, it's awesome. Because not only do you have the crazy good screen, the speakers are really loud, really crisp, sounds nice. But yeah, I mean that's really I feel almost exactly the same today as I did when I unboxed the thing. Still Chrome OS.
Yep.
Bummer.
Well, like I can't control my Sonos system through it at all in my house because there's no Chrome extension for Sonos. I can't.
Hey Eric, do you have a Sonos system at your house?
No.
Hey Ron, do you have a Sonos system at your house?
Yeah, no.
Exactly. We're talking average. Like I know that there is.
No,
like,
you're
no
not.
use.
No, you're not. You're not talking about average use because this thing costs $1,300. It's not average.
No. You just have to find. Like, what is the average use for it, though? There's gotta be a use for this thing.
There's a tiny little niche out there somewhere.
Somewhere out there in the annals.
Yeah.
So people that own Sonoses are going to buy $1,300 worthless Chromebooks. I mean,
No, they won't because they
sense.
can't control their Sonos from it.
Exactly. So it makes no sense for this product to even exist. Other than, I guess, Google said we're doing it, so hopefully other manufacturers will make cool stuff with Chromebooks.
That would be cool. It just needs to be cheaper. That's all.
It needs to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great hardware. It's exactly the same as any other Chrome OS product I've had, and I personally can't use it on a daily basis. If you only need to use the internet, browse the internet, shop, watch videos, things like that, it's a cool device. It just shouldn't be $1,300, and yeah.
Have you watched a movie on it yet, or something like HD content type of deal, video-wise? I mean,
I've definitely watched a bunch of video on it, not necessarily just thrown on a movie.
And does it really look as awesome? As it should.
I don't necessarily know that I love the design. It's just a really dark gray metal finish. I almost wish there was a Chrome logo or something, but there's absolutely no logos whatsoever on it. So it's just completely plain. It almost looks like it could be some sort of knockoff product because there's nothing on it. It does have that light bar in the middle, which is kind of cool, but it only lights up every so often.
Yeah, I wish they would have done just done stripes along the front, kind of like old Polaroid camera.
That would have been cool.
Right?
Yeah, I wish there was something more to... I mean, the back side where the hinge is, there's a little Chrome logo, which looks neat. It's really squared off. So if you're coming from a MacBook Pro or something, which is curved around all the edges, this thing is the complete opposite. It's like a rectangle. It's sharp-edged.
But if you're coming from an old plastic, early 2000s MacBook, you're all set. Or PowerBook, or whatever those were called.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever those were called.
Yeah, I mean, if you're upgrading from 07 to a 2013 Pixel, everything's going to be great, Ron. I hate to think that they released... I mean, it's kind of like a Q. I mean, it really doesn't do anything. It's an overpriced... It looks awesome, just like the Q looked awesome. It's overpriced, but really doesn't do anything.
It would have been great if they would have named it the Chromebook Q.
Yeah, although I still would not use this as a door stopper as I would the Q. The Q is perfect for that use. But this is just nice to look at, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I guess my dreams have kind of been shot down from Kellen's, not negativity, but just sort of underwhelming initial thoughts on it and stuff. I don't know. I wanted to like it.
I wish I had really...
I'm the same way.
I wish I had really good things to say. It just, to me, it's still Chrome OS. And it's cool hardware. Although I plugged in one of those little mini Logitech USB adapters into a USB port, and it took me 5 minutes because I kept thinking it was going to break the thing because it didn't want to go in. It pissed me off. So that even annoyed me. The USB port was too tight.
That's what's fun.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks really nice. But
does the lid open without the bottom of it coming up?
It does.
Nice.
Yes,
that's important.
It's actually really important. It opens easier than almost any laptop I've ever used, actually.
That's it. Just the hardware looks so fantastic. I have to talk myself out of considering it, and because I know that I would hate Chrome OS and that I would be in the same boat that Kellen's in right now. I have other things that I could do,
Well, when I talked to Marcus, and when he bought his Pixel, MKBHD, sorry for anyone who doesn't know who Marcus is, and I was like, wow, you bought that? Okay, you're crazy. And he was like, I was like, did you get the Wi-Fi version or the 4G LTE? He's like, no, man, I got the 4G LTE version sitting in my shopping cart right now. I think I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, you just don't do it, man. Like, you're almost about to spend
that's the thing with this. You have
$2,600 on this crap.
It's like you're about to jump and you have to talk yourself or have somebody else talk you off the ledge.
It just doesn't seem worth it.
You really want it because that hardware looks fantastic and it just wants to be such a good device, and then you get it and you're like, I can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
It's ultra portable because it's only like a 12.85-inch screen or something. It's definitely smaller than my MacBook Pro.
You noticed that about taking it to New York next week, but then again, if you're trying to do a live blog or something like that, I mean, that super high-density screen and all that, I mean, the battery doesn't even last long enough for you to get through, like, a whole live blog.
Yeah, it says it has a 5-hour battery life, and...
Never trust that. Never trust that.
So it's like 3-ish in real life?
Yeah, so that's not long enough at all. Like,
so you'll get through half of the Samsung conference. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so
that could be an all-day event.
I wanted to take it. I was like, oh, I'll bring this with. I'll fully test this thing. And I was like, I really can't do that. It's too bad. It's like, you know, the hardware's kind of nice. The screen is probably the best part. The screen.
Like, if somebody wanted to buy one for me, I'd be all for it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. I mean, anybody in the chat, let's go. But
did Brownlee return his yet, or is he keeping it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't asked. He just put up his full review last night, I think. So.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think
I don't know the return policy.
there isn't one. We talked about that.
All right.
Do you guys think you'd be more or less interested if this ran Android?
What? What, you mean so I could put like games on it from Google Play and all that?
Games and actual apps, possibly even control your Sonos system, things like that.
Yeah, that would be actually kind of awesome. That would add a whole new functionality level to it.
It's interesting that you bring that up. Android's almost more powerful than Chrome OS. Actually,
it's absolutely more powerful.
It absolutely
is. Yeah, I mean, if Android was on there, it would be like one of the best tablets ever because the touchscreen and the resolution, and you would have a keyboard.
Now that's a pretty interesting thought. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, somebody give me instructions on how to hack the shit out of this thing and put Android on it.
I have one person in the chat saying he would be less interested if it ran Android. Like that doesn't even make sense whatsoever. Feel free to explain yourself.
Yeah, because you can get Chrome on Android and do everything in it that you could do in this.
You can do like the Chrome extensions, stuff like that. But I mean,
right.
You'd have access
Chrome
to apps
extensions,
and all that kind of stuff.
How powerful are Chrome extensions anyways? I have about like 4 or 5 installed, and most of them are even just shortcuts to things I could just type a URL into. Like it, like I have.
You mean the apps in the Chrome store?
Yes. No. Like say TweetDeck or something like that. You know.
Yeah. RIP.
Yeah. RIP.
TweetDeck's actually kind of an app.
Not going away from my PC though, so I'm okay. But no, I have like lights off and a URL shortener. I mean, really, Chrome extensions are sort of, and all the games suck.
Yeah, it's like Angry Birds.
I thought they were killing the Adobe Air app.
They are.
Yeah, they're killing the Android and iOS, but they're not killing like the desktop version.
Oh, I thought that ran off of Air.
The old one did, not the new one.
No, they're like doubling down on the Chrome OS version of the TweetDeck, which I'm kind of excited for.
And there's a browser version. I think it only works in Chrome and Firefox. But
okay.
If you're using anything else, you should stop using the internet.
I thought they were just cutting everything off. I
guess I'll close my Internet Explorer window real quick.
Yikes. Yeah, the apps are terrible. When I first booted this thing up, that was what I spent time doing. Probably like an hour almost, just going through and seeing if I could find useful apps and this and that. And like you said, Tim, all there are shortcuts. To Dropbox or Box, they're not actual apps. They just open up Box or Dropbox.
Yeah.
Which is pretty useless.
It is pretty useless.
I like that idea, Ron. I want Android on this damn thing.
Yeah.
I'd maybe use it.
Yeah, and I think that especially if they changed up the UI a little bit so that it was closer to what Chrome OS looks like now, but then just said, hey, here's all your apps and stuff like that. I don't get why they're still investing in it because they really have not made any headway with making this into a full blown OS. They're not even putting out their own applications that really use this. So
no, they're not.
If they're not doing it. Yeah, we talked about this plenty of times when we were talking about Android on tablets. For a long time, Google wasn't putting out really good tablet-optimized versions of their own apps, so why would developers do it? It's the same thing with Chrome OS.
James Nato, the same guy who says it wouldn't add value to add Android, he says it's still a $1,300 laptop, whether or not it runs Android or Chrome or both. You know, I mean, like, if you add Android to it, it certainly does add value. Oh, yeah. Because it does bring a whole new level of functionality and access to everything, your apps, blah, blah, blah. I think it would actually be a really cool device if it ran Android, and I think Google should think about doing that type of stuff. I mean, Android's built around touch, and if the Pixel's got a touch screen, let's make it happen, Google.
Yeah, if they're moving toward touch screens on their Chromebooks, that's something definitely they should think about.
Well, there's not a lot you can do touchscreen-wise on it right now. You can scroll between things and click on things.
So why is it a touchscreen?
I don't know. They're trying to get you
because
to
they can't. That's why.
Yeah, they want you to really interact with the web and all that fun stuff.
If you drill down into the settings, you can enable
reach through the screen into the web. You can actually touch the web. You can go through.
So you can touch prawn.
Yeah.
Which looks amazing on this resolution.
Yeah, you can touch HD prawn. That's great.
This is the portion of the show where you send your kids away, by the way.
Right. Well, yeah.
Educational portion's over.
Yeah, Google just needs to put the Chrome OS skin on top of Android, and then it'll work.
There you go. Game over.
Run Android apps.
Can you get those? Can you at least download the wallpapers off the Pixel and send them to me? Like the wallpapers look really nice.
They're probably locked down, but I can try. The wallpapers actually are really nice.
They are kind of nice. So.
I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah.
Just a screenshot.
Yeah, I'll just screenshot.
Can you do a screenshot?
Yeah, that might be too much to ask.
You actually can. I went through a tutorial just to see if there's any.
A tutorial for Chrome OS.
Oh, yeah, was it anything like the Windows 8 tutorial that makes you just not want to use it?
Well, I wanted to see if there's anything missing or if there's anything new with the touchscreen they were introducing, and there really wasn't. But I did find a keyboard shortcut on how to take screenshots,
nice.
Which I don't remember anymore. But there is, there is a way to do that. All right, let's move out of there.
Moving on. Goodbye, Pixel.
Quickly, updates this week. Galaxy S3 got one today, I believe it started showing up, or yesterday. The Galaxy Stellar, for the one of you that owns that, it got Jelly Bean. And the Intuition was receiving an update, but we got some emails from people today saying that it's destroying phones. So if you have an Intuition,
don't update.
Don't take the update.
Well, if you have an Intuition, I feel sorry for you. And then don't take the update.
You know, speaking of the Intuition, though, when we posted up that there was an update coming, I said at the bottom of the post, does anyone own this phone? And like 5 or 6 people said they do, and they all love it. All the people that bought it said they love the damn thing.
Isn't that the most ugliest piece of hardware you've ever seen in your life?
Which one's the Intuition?
That's the one that's an exact square.
It's the square phone, that my brother said he wanted.
Oh, man.
So everyone that responded said, I love this damn thing. They said, I know no one else really liked it or wanted to talk about it, and they said, I bought it and I love it. Everyone had just nothing but great things to say about it.
Hey, people, if you're posting links in the IRC, can you try to make it a good link? And not have it take up half the page.
That's a Lilliputian.
Anyways.
Yeah, so those are updates that are rolling out now. Galaxy Nexus is not in that list. It's not official.
Nope.
What else do we got? Oh, Galaxy Note 3. Tim, you want to run through the Galaxy Note 3 rumor?
Yeah, let me just tackle this one real quick, folks. So, Galaxy Note 3 rumor. Apparently, a Samsung official talked to the Korea Times, sometime recently, yesterday morning, today, whenever, and said that they are working on the Galaxy Note 3 that will feature a 5.9-inch display with an OLED, organic light-emitting diode display.
That's technical.
Yeah, well, it's my job. But, so yeah. 5.9 inches, and I sort of brought up how everyone at first, I mean, if you haven't really played with the Galaxy Note too much, then 5.5 inches, in your head probably does sound like quite a bit, but the way Samsung was able to kind of make the body more curved design and kind of was able to to make 5.5 inches work. And I was just telling Kellen, I mean, if they take off, okay, you would need to get rid of a front-facing camera, the Samsung logo,
and the button,
and a home button, and that's 5.9 inches right there. You're good to go. So, I mean, I don't know. It might sound like it's crazy big, but if they can work their hardware to make it fit, then I have faith in Samsung. But I'm not a Samsung fanboy or anything. I just think it's cool, and that's it. Nothing's official.
you're a little bit of a Note fanboy, just a little bit.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, given that I really like the Galaxy Note 2, I still wish I had like a little bit smaller of a device. I mean, I do. I just don't use them. But I like the Note 2, and I'm excited to see what the Note 3 brings. Especially, I mean, we're talking OLED displays and stuff like that.
Yeah, those OLEDs aren't. OLEDs are awesome to look at.
Yeah. So.
Note 3. I do not want the Note 3, and I'm not excited whatsoever about that thing. 5.9 inches.
Well, everyone in the comments was like, Samsung, just stop. And I was like, Samsung making a larger device, it's not like affecting your personal life. It's not stopping you from being a happy person. Like, it just doesn't it doesn't affect you whatsoever. If people want a big phone, then they want a big phone, so be it. And of course, I had my fellow Note 2 cult members in there, like, sticking up for me and all that, but because we're a tough bunch. We're a really tough bunch. Because we're used to getting a lot of crap in public. But
I love the Note 2 cult.
Yeah. But
the Note's big in Asian countries, right? Am I wrong there in saying
it's
that?
Also
don't get
very
racist,
large.
Eric.
I'm not being racist.
It's very large. Like me and Kellen have done cultural and also like public surveys whenever we go out, and we see that women are in love with the Notes. Like, they just love big phones. I don't know what's up with it, but they're always
official survey.
Yeah, it is.
Wait. So is this test that you and Kellen both walk up to the same girl, and
yeah,
whichever one walks away?
No, it just so happens whenever we're standing in line, up comes this girl and she pulls out the big phone, and it's like, oh, that's Galaxy Note, and they just love it.
Well, it used to be the Evo. The Evo was in Droid Life Circle, which used to be just Tim and I back in the day. We dubbed the Evo the girl phone because every time you walked somewhere and saw a girl that didn't have an iPhone, she had an Evo. It was the girl phone.
And then we got the Rime, the official lady phone.
Yeah, except no ladies bought it.
No.
So it's kind of interesting.
I should totally get a purple Rime to match my purple Razor.
You should.
You should
Charm it up.
Yeah. Make sure
the charm
it up.
Yeah. Anyways, that's for the Galaxy Note 3. I'll keep you posted if anything changes, of course.
I've actually been seeing a lot of Notes around college campus, and I was asking about the popularity in Asian countries because the people that I usually see them are Korean
Asian.
or Japanese or something. So
racist.
It's so racist. But
how dare you make an observation that Asians like the Galaxy Note 2?
And differentiate between their actual countries.
I was just listing them off so I wasn't being discriminatory. So.
Oh yeah, don't. Nah.
I'm covering all my bases here. We're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Good job. Actually, my wife's boss bought a Note 2, and then my wife saw it and was like, "Oh my god, I want the Note 2," and I was like,
"Oh man,
such a it is. It
Chicks
kind of is
love
a they love it. They love the Note 2
Yeah.
for whatever damn reason. Yeah. All right, let's move out of Note 3 talk since it's probably not coming for like 8 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's confirmed.
Yeah.
So
Today is Google Play's first birthday.
Happy birthday, guys.
Give me some belated sound effects there, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh god, belated sound effects. Oh Jesus! Oh, here it comes.
Give it to us, Ron.
Yeah, there we go.
Double. There we go.
Yay! Happy birthday, Google Play.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. So they're holding a big sale, and it's full of crap. There's nothing good in there, is there? Did anybody find anything?
It's garbage.
Their sale that was good.
Actually, I almost took. Well, they posted up a bunch of free TV episodes, like pilots and all this stuff, and I downloaded quite a few. Like they had Breaking Bad, Hardcore Pawn, which I can't stand watching it, but I was like, hey, it's free, whatever.
Screw that.
Yeah, that's just terrible. But if it's free, yeah, why not?
It's free, why not? If I'm bored on a plane or something, I'll just watch it, whatever. So.
I remember when the name first changed from Android Market, we were so confused. We were like, well, what do we? You downloaded it from the what?
It made no sense because there was still only like Android apps, and really we didn't think about the music, the movies, and all this other stuff. Well, especially books, like Google Play Book.
Yeah,
but,
that's the one in particular that doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, I actually kind of like it. I mean, it's different, and I like that it's not like App Store, or Market, or anything like that. Someone even was like, "You buy food from a market, not apps." And I was like, aren't you just getting like a little too deep into it? I mean, a name is a name, and as long as it delivers good content, and I like the way Google Play functions on my phone and on the website, I'm fine with the service itself. I don't care. A name, I don't even care.
Yeah, it ended up being a good brand name. That's what it's known for now. And I was just worried about all the commercials that had just gotten around to saying, "Oh, our app is now in the Android market," and it took like 6 months for them to. I was worried about them. Yeah. They were never just going to do that ever again.
That's kind of funny because I judge a product and I won't even download an app if it tells me to download it through like Android Market these days. Yep. I'm like, yeah, these people are not relevant.
Yep, I just saw that the other day.
I'm skipping this. So it's pretty interesting. You can tell like who's on top of the game when it comes to being hip.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, Dell is not hip. They still tell you to go to the Android market.
I think Dell stopped being hip when they made the Streak.
Oh no, that was the top of their game.
That was the top of their game, unfortunately.
Poor Dell.
Between that and what was their other? They had one more.
RP. No, it was just the Streak.
No, they had what was it?
Well, it was like the Streak 7.
No,
yeah, there was a 5 and a 7.
There's and then there's like the Arrow, which was like the Windows Phone version, and then there was another. What was it called?
I don't even know. I didn't follow Dell at all because it was terrible.
What?
Everything they made was so bad.
The Arrow had the keyboard.
I was never impressed with anything.
I just remember they had everything they did was so skinned.
Venue.
It didn't function anything.
Leave it to the IRC.
I think the Venue was the Windows Phone version though. Arrow must have been the.
Yeah, that's the Arrow. Actually, does sound a little bit familiar.
Yeah.
Whatever. R.I.P. Dell.
But anyway, Google Play. It's been a year that we survived them not being the Android market anymore.
We did.
And you're starting to see other places, like you said, branding things with Google Play rather than Android market, other than Dell. And yeah, was it when you look back at it now, was it a smart move by Google, genius move, or you think
definitely.
so?
Oh, genius is stretching it a little bit, but
Ron's like, oh hell no.
I think, well, I mean, in terms of this sale and actually Google Play sales in general, they have sucked ever since. I mean, they spoiled us last year around Christmas time when they were like giving away 10 different apps every day or something like that. And now they're just giving you like 10% off a hotel booking. Like, thanks, Google. I really just don't need that. But it's cool. But no, I'd rather just like pay 10 cents for an app or blah, blah, blah. I mean, like we used to do. I miss the old days. But I will say, like that free song of the day, I check that religiously. Every morning I get up and I see what song is free. And lately they've been coming out with some chart toppers. And but today's is like
some club bangers,
Sweet Jane or some crap. I don't know. No offense to who likes Sweet Jane, but that ain't my style. They had some Bob Marley on there last week. They have Rick Ross like almost all the time, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Bob's.
Yeah. So I wake up and just start rocking out to Rick Ross. Anyways, yeah.
I don't know. At the time, we were all frustrated when they changed it from Android Market because we were so attached to it. But it was necessary. I mean, for what they had coming down the pipeline, they had to do it, no matter how angry we were about it.
I think it definitely makes sense to go away from just the term Android market because they do sell more than just Android stuff. I still don't know if Google Play was the ultimate thing, but it's kind of different. At least we remember it. It's different than just the Google App Store. That would have been... I don't know.
It's meh.
Meh.
And I mean, now you can even buy devices off there. I don't know. It's really evolved. I think the name change is actually almost like in order again, just because Play just really doesn't define it as what it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's the only problem I have with it, because like you don't play magazines, you don't play books,
right?
You don't. I mean, you play some apps if they're a game. You don't play device. Like it makes sense for like movies and music, which is probably what they really wanted to highlight, which is probably why they made the name change, because they wanted people to start buying that stuff on there. But
I love that logo though. How it's like a Play.
The logo's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty
cool. I like that when you first originally had your Nexus 7, when you first booted up, it's got like the big play button.
Play button.
That's the first thing you do.
I like it.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. But I do agree with you. Play books and play magazines is pretty dumb.
That doesn't make sense.
No. So I wish they would have gone with, and then the thing with their ad campaign they keep doing is the playground is open, but there's nothing to do with a playground anywhere on there.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like I think a play on words, Ron. I don't know if you can, is it a play? Is it a play on words?
Play on words.
Is it?
I didn't even notice I was saying a play on words.
Maybe that might be a little bit too much on the nose. Maybe I don't know.
You guys stop playing.
Yeah. Anyways,
You're done talking about Google Play. All right, let's talk about apps and games. If anybody has any, Tim, you got any apps and games?
Oh, I got a few. Let me start off here with. Yeah, I don't know. Kellen was messing with me. The first one I want to talk about is Color Sheep. It's this indie game that came out not too long ago on Android, and it's kind of hard to explain. But either way, you got a single sheep, and you got a whole bunch of pack of hungry wolves coming after the sheep, and each wolf is a different color, and you have to change the sheep's color in order to blast the wolf away. That's it. Really cool game, 99 cents. It's actually just really well done. The developer hit me up. He was like, "It's so hard being an indie game developer. Thanks so much for featuring my game." And I was like, you know what? Thank you. Keep up the good work, because I like seeing original titles. Secondly, I have Alien vs. Predator Evolution. That game is totally awesome. $4.99. I know it's really steep, you guys, but we got to support those devs. And it's a sweet game. I played it for like 20 minutes already, and I've gotten through like a couple of levels. The graphics are really sweet. It's I can tell it's going to be a good one. So,
what is it? What does it look like?
It's like it's over the shoulder, third person type deal, and you can choose what you want to play. If you want to play as an alien or play as a predator. And so the story is there's these super predators. I don't know who wrote the storyline, but I hate it. There are super predators that have captured an alien queen. They are using the alien queen to make aliens that they control to kill off another clan of jungle hunter predators. And I need to shoot these riders.
Sounds racist.
Yeah, these people are awful. But either way, you go around. Right now, I'm playing as an alien because xenomorphs are way cooler than predators for the time being. So yeah, I'm trying to save my queen who has been captured by these super predators.
I have a bad history with Alien vs. Predator games, so nothing against the developers. I'm sure it's a fun game, but I've been burned too many times.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. You're missing out.
I am.
It's probably because it's $5.
It's not that.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm playing on the Note 2, if anyone's interested. Yeah, someone is interested. So playing on the Note 2, it's got 2 gigs of RAM. Super powerful processor.
Just plugging it right there, in case you didn't know.
Yep. It's a 5.5-inch display, 720p.
Feeding the cold. Not even 1080p. That's weak.
Oh, sorry. I like my battery to last more than a day. But, yeah.
Hey, the DNA does just fine. It's fine. 1080p display. I don't really have any apps or games. I don't feel like anything really cool has come out. We've got some updates to some stuff lately.
The Humble Bundle.
Oh, Humble Bundle, yeah.
Humble Bundle. Is that what you want to talk about, Eric?
Yeah, all the games in that. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to probably tomorrow. All those games look fantastic. Like every time that comes out, I'm just blown away by what these guys sit down and make, for nothing, and then, kind of rely on us to help them out.
It's popular for Android users because you can pay whatever you want, I think. Yeah. So that helps the Android people. The
little sliders are always fun to mess with too. You literally get to divide up how much money goes to who.
That is pretty neat.
So
it's a great idea.
It is, and it does well every time that comes out. So
yes.
Yeah. Do it. Go look it up. We had the story yesterday.
Humble Bundle 5, yeah. What else came out? I see people talking about Temple Run Oz that came out today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's $1, and I'm hesitant to.
I'm hesitant because
that $1.
3 other Temple Runs that were all $1, right? I don't know.
It's all just the same.
It's just the same.
It's really boring.
Yo, but there's a hot air balloon sequence in this game. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'd rather pay no money and not play Temple Run, and instead pay like $2 for a new what is it called? Granny Smith or whatever. That would be sweet. I need Granny Smith 2 right now.
Are they working on Granny Smith 2?
Probably not. Well, I hope so, actually.
You should email him, Kellen.
Granny Smith, shout out. You're not James Franco in this game, are you?
It says you are, actually.
You play as Oz, yeah.
You play as Oz, so yes.
Which is a bummer. I'd rather play as Zach Braff.
High Times Man of the Year a couple of years back.
Mila Kunis.
I really
throw her in the
don't
game,
like
and I'd pay $1.
Oh,
I
can
would
you
pay
unlock?
$1 if it was Mila Kunis if you could control her.
Yeah, everyone's like, no, Mila.
Oh, or as the witch, and you just have a broom. You're just flying around.
That could be kind of fun.
I feel like that's cheating.
Random
You can
Mila
just fly
Kunis
over
note.
the jumps.
Yeah, but the graphics look good. They
They're
look
supposed
better
to be
than
good, yeah.
Temple Run 2, for crying out loud.
Hate on Temple Run 2. Did you guys see the Mila Kunis interview that's floating around the internet today where it's like for Oz, and she's talking to some guy from a local British radio show, and all they do is just BS about beer and soccer and stuff all the time.
Oh, good.
It's actually really good because she's just kind of messing with the guy, but she's just talking like a normal person, and she sort of pokes fun at.
She is a normal person, Kellen.
Oh yeah, she is normal.
On the inside.
Yeah.
All right, well, should we wrap up here? Anybody want to talk about Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos?
Yeah, everybody go try the Cool Ranch Dorito tacos. I just had one today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I get like my doctor bill from having my stomach pumped, I will send it to you. My stomach stumped.
My stomach stumped. Yeah. Anybody in the chat had one of the new
Been doing that all
Cool
day.
Ranch tacos?
Shout
It
out.
was okay. It
to
wasn't.
Taco Bell.
It wasn't the end all be all. I like the nacho cheese ones better, but you know, it's just me.
As a kid, I was secretly addicted to Cool Ranch Doritos, so I may break down and try one of these.
Try
I didn't really want to go nacho cheese, but this is kind of tempting. I didn't even know
and
it
it's
existed.
the thing is it's just pretty much a basic taco shell with some seasoning. So I mean it's okay.
Interesting.
Once you get out of college, man, you're gonna stop eating all this crap. I promise.
Yes, you'll have to.
Yeah.
No, I'll eat even more crap because then I'll be living by myself and
No, don't go that
having
route.
Don't do it.
The
Don't do it.
metabolism dies, and you just got nothing. You gotta start eating better.
I used to be able to eat whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
and then
No.
you got old.
Now it just goes straight to my thighs.
Yikes.
All right, do we have any other snack-related things to talk about?
I don't think I have any snacks. No. Oh, there's
No,
a
no
cattail.
snacks.
Yeah, there was.
There's a cattail. So next week we will. Well, I'll be in New York on Wednesday, so maybe I'll try to do a show from there. We'll try to do the show while I'm there. Maybe that could be fun.
That would be kind of fun, actually.
From
That would be
where?
kind of fun.
I'll be in San Jose that following week, and I know we're gonna try and do a show that night. Oh wait, no, I won't.
Oh,
Never mind, I won't be. I'll be home.
Yeah, 2 more weeks, Tim. Yeah, we'll be in New York for the Galaxy thing, Eric. So I'll
Wade
try to
County
do-
just reminded me. I do have one more snack thing I want to talk about. Did
Okay,
you
snack.
hear about Lay's chips making chicken and waffle flavored chips?
Yes, they did another one too. They have 2.
Yeah, sriracha. They have sriracha and chicken and waffles, but the chicken and waffles are really good. You have to try them. They're so weird, but they are really good. And if anybody, you go to your local grocery store is going to have them. Just don't worry about it. Just go there and look for them. They are, it's uncanny. I'm just letting you know.
Uncanny. Someone also said there's garlic bread version.
Oh yeah. Oh Jesus.
Come on, dude. We're
My
college
pants
kids.
just got tighter. Sick.
Yikes. All right, cool. Well, we'll try to be back next week for another show. We just might be in hotel rooms and stuff like that. But we definitely want to talk before we go Galaxy S4 event. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in again. Droid Live Show episode 18. We are out of here. Peace.
Peace, everyone.